This is Flight Data Tracker Test Flight number 1. In this test, we're recording the values of a flying drone. The recorded data is then transmitted through a radio transmitter and then received through a radio receiver connected to our laptop, and then we're processing those data into plots. So our equipment include a DJI drone, Eagle Tree flight data recorder system with all the sensors including altitude, temperature, humidity, etc., a radio receiver to process data, an Arduino and a power supply for the flight data recorder, and a computer with a flight data processing software. As you can see, our drone is now ready with all of our equipment attached, power supplied, fully charged, and ready for our test 1.
So this is experiment number 1.
So I'm controlling the altitude using a manual hand gesture. So as we can see on the screen, the current altitude is around 60.
So this is the FDT software which is actually showing the altitude as Inder is moving it up or down.
Yep.
Then the altitude and other sensor readings are also coming, but we are just showing the altitude.
Yep. So if I just placed it on the ground, and this will pop down.
Okay, great.
Experiment number 2, taking off and landing of the drone. We are starting with our program on the scratch. So as you can see, our plane is on the ground right now.
So let's begin.
Now the plane is taking off in the air. We can see the values start to bounce up as the drone is in the air. And the altimeter is returning a bunch of values to us based on the position of the drone. Now as you can see, the values fluctuate based on how we are controlling the drone. Alright, so let's do a landing part. As you can see, since the drone just landed, the values start to bounce back to the ground. So experiment number 3. Here we're starting with the drone and we're going to fly it way high. It's currently about to take off. And as you can see, the values are drastically increasing as we're changing the height of the drone. Our value starts to increase. And now the drone is gaining even more height. And our values are having a sudden increase on the top.
Okay, we're bringing it down now?
Yep, let's bring it down. And now we're going to bring the drone down. And you can see the values start to decrease as the drone is coming down. And they start to drop as the drone just came off and now resting on the ground.